Hey everybody, this is Patrick here. So this past weekend, as y'all know, me and Mars went to the Houston Fishing Show. And we were able to meet with a lot of good people who had awesome products. One of them was Vance, the creator of the Linecutterz. As you see, I put mines on my kayak. You know, it's in a good place where it's not in my way and I can cut my line. I'm going to go ahead and let Vance show y'all how to use these things and what they can cut.
Alright, so most of you have seen it. If you haven't, it's pretty awesome. It's an adjustable ring that you can't cut yourself with it, nice and safe. You can wear it on a finger, you can zip tie it to boat rails. You probably can't see it here, but after we're on Shark Tank, a lot of guides started cutting our Velcro off and zip tying them right to burn bars or grab rails, obviously out of the way where you're fishing, so we'll cut your line. But it makes a quick, easy, safe solution, and you can even put it on your rod handle too. So if you're wade fishing in Galveston, a lot of us go wade fishing. Just tuck your rod under your arm, grab your tag line, and you just bring it right against that ring slot, and then cut it. Bam! You can see it's super close to the knot. So it's a great way to cut your tag lines, or if you're simply sitting at home rigging gear. I mean, it's a 100-pound test mono. Cuts it like a hot knife through butter. I don't rate the ring for this, so don't cut this stuff with your ring, but to give you an idea on how well this works, this is 200-pound planer board line, braid. 200-pound braid, cuts it like a hot knife through butter with no fray. We actually have a lot of bow fishing anglers in Louisiana using it to cut if their arrow goes through and they're not doing a loop on the end on the knocker. They're using it just to cut their line and retie real quick during tournaments. So it's pretty impressive whether you're cutting 200-pound braid, 100-pound mono. This lead core, which is actually a fishing line filled with lead. You should feel this spool, it weighs a ton. Cuts lead core. You probably can't see it, but there's actually lead in there. And then what's crazy is it actually cuts thread. So from the really heavy stuff down to this tiny little thread, it just touches it and cuts it clean. The magic behind the ring is the blade curves one way and the ring deck curves the other way. So as that channel gets smaller, the line slides along that blade and slices like you cut a tomato, rather than just pushing down on the tomato, which is what scissors and clippers do. So a lot of times, or even those really expensive pliers that have that side cutter, all you're doing is you're squishing that line and it fans it out. So you got to lick the end and get it through your hook. Every one of these cuts, 100-pound test Power Pro, every one of these cuts is clean. So when I'm going to thread it through a swivel or a hook eyelet, it goes right through. I'm not sitting there trying to lick my line when the fish are going off, saying, just get in there. So yeah, it works really well and it's safe. And with a simple zip tie, I mean, you really put them anywhere. Tackle bags, PFDs. Two guys here yesterday came and they put the ring on their snapback. They turn their hat around, actually without looking can cut their tag lines off. I've seen them on bike handles, professional guides on their T-top rail, zip tying them, kayak seats, Jackson Kayaks, shipping them on their kayak seats. So, I mean, really, you can put them just about anywhere. The best thing about it too is when you cut a real heavy mono or a fluorocarbon, a lot of those smaller snippers will actually, it puts stress on that joint, so the blades will loosen up. So when you go to fluoro or mono and then you go back to braid, you don't get that clean cut. You have to take a couple of chops at it. The cool thing with this ring is there's no joint. It's a fixed blade, so you don't have moving scissor blades that can loosen up. So whether you go to mono or fluoro, back to braid, back to mono or fluoro, every cut's clean, which is awesome, and you don't run the risk of salt water rusting up that joint, so you're sitting there trying to cut it. So in a nutshell, that's how we got started. Now we've got things like the hook puller ring, which is machined out of a solid aluminum plug. You can actually, if you're rigging, it's really was designed for a saltwater kind of offshore guys that are doing 50 liters at a time. You can put your hook in that ring. And then if you're dealing with 150 to 200-pound mono, you can pull your knots tight. So instead of trying to hold it in your hand or hooking it onto a boat cleat and jacking up the end of your hook, just slip it through your ring and pull. So coming up with cool things to make our lives easier so we can do what we like the most, that's catch fish.
Thank you, Vance, for the awesome interview, man. It was nice to meet you. Information to his website and his store will be in the comment section. So please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.